So right now we're headed south on Highway J. I came out of Camdenton and we took Highway 5 north out of Camdenton. We crossed over the bridge, the big bridge that goes over the Lake of the Ozarks, and then we took a left. We went west onto Highway 7. Took Highway 7 for about 6 miles, and we just turned left or south onto Highway J, and we'll be coming up to Red Gate Drive, which leads right into Fiery Fork Ridge. That will be on the right. A little bit cloudy today, but we've got some blue skies. If you look at the leaves, you can tell that we are going into autumn here in the Ozarks. We're about a week away from some really spectacular autumn colors. Okay, I've gone a mile south on J, and we'll be coming up on Red Gate Drive on the right. You can see a church on the left. My truck's mad that I unbuckled my seatbelt. And there's Red Gate Drive on the right. And there's the actual Red Gate. Well, what I'm about to do on this video, I'll just keep the camera running and we'll drive this whole easement road, which runs along the west side of Fiery Fork Ridge. Now the road was just recently upgraded, and the road grader operator hasn't been by to do the final grade on it yet. So it's going to be a little bumpy, I'm sure, but I did talk to the road guy, and he said it was definitely drivable in a car or a truck. Okay, so we've only gone a few hundred yards, and you can see the road splits, goes left and right. Left is a private drive, goes to a farmer's house way on down there, and right is Fiery Fork Ridge. And there's a road grader. Okay, so as we enter Fiery Fork Ridge, you'll see Tract 1 on the right. I'm just going to keep the camera running, and I'll kind of name the tracts as we go by. Tract 2. The main point of this video is to show that the road is drivable and ready to go. Tract 3. And a lot of these tracks, there's Tract 4. A lot of these tracks you'll see have some nice grass on the east side, and then timber as you go to the west. We're on Tract 5, or we're passing Tract 5, I should say, right now. And you'll see that all of these properties have mature timber. This has not been logged, other than maybe a little bit of firewood for the previous owner. There's the pond on Tract 5. And you'll see this road that splits off to the right. That's the easement that goes directly to the Fiery Fork Conservation Area. So even though a lot of these tracts do have direct frontage, you still do have that access road where you can drive a truck or a four-wheeler or go on foot, and you can walk just right up to that Fiery Fork, which is over 1,000 acres of public land. That was Tract 6 we just went by, and 7 actually. So this will be Tract 8. All of these properties have actual direct frontage on this road. Great looking road. Now this is a private easement road. This is not a public road, so you will not have people coming up and down this road day and night. This is a private road. It's only for property owners and their guests. And it dead ends at the extreme south end of Fiery Fork Ridge, so there is literally no through traffic. We just passed Tract 10. This is Tract 11. coming up on tract 12 on the right. Tract 13 on the right. Everything's on the right. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm actually really impressed with this road. Even without the final grade on it, it came out really well. This is a solid road. Tract 14. Every one of these properties is just gorgeous. I mean, talk about an amazing opportunity on all of these properties. You've got direct access to the Fiery Fork Conservation Area, as well as the Niangua River. A little further down here, there's a track loader that was probably used in the road construction, and tract 16. But if you've been looking for property for a while in the Ozarks, you already know that it's tough to find something that hasn't been logged, either recently or at least within the last 10 years. But we've been all over this property. And like I said, other than the trees, a couple spots where the former owner cut some personal firewood, it's all, mature timber has not been cut. Now up here, as the road goes right through the timber, you'll see a couple piles of logs, and that's just left over from this road being constructed. This would be tract 18 on the right. There's one of those piles. That's just from the road construction. This property has not been logged. Big timber everywhere. So all of those properties we just saw and just passed, they have actual direct frontage on the Fiery Fork Conservation Area. And we're coming up on tract 19. Which I believe is the largest tract. So 19 has, again, the open meadow on its east end, and then it goes into the timber. This is tract 19. Beautiful property. These properties are fully surveyed, recently fully surveyed. Survey pins are in place. So this is tract 20. You can see some of the color coming out in the leaves as they start to change. I suspect that in another month, when all these leaves are off the trees, there'll be some nice views off to the west on these properties. And now as we get to the end of tract 20, we come to a trail on the right, and there's some gravel there. It hasn't been spread yet. I'm just gonna hop out really quickly here. Whoop. But this little trail goes down the hill and widens out into the easement area for property owners with direct frontage on the Niangua River. So you can go on foot, you can hop on your four-wheeler and go down there and hang out and put a canoe in, or swim or fish or whatnot. And again, it's like the easement road. It's private. It's only for property owners. So we're not going to have a bunch of people coming out here to use this. Just you and your guests. Okay. So as soon as we pass that little road, we're on tract 20. And these southern tracts, they do have direct frontage on the river. There you can see another pile of trees that had to be cleared when this road was built. and we're on to tract 21. And actually those trees could be used for some really good firewood, or there are marketable logs in there. Tract 22. And on to tract 23. And here we kind of open up, and we're pretty much at the south end of Fiery Fork Ridge. And the gravel ends here. We're on tract, to the right is tract 24. This is a good turnaround point. And then beyond that post right there, you'll see that's tract 25. And that's the southernmost tract. Beautiful, beautiful properties. So that is the road, the private easement road at Fiery Fork Ridge.